So this is the graphing polar coordinates part. We're going to use 3 of the pictures here to do this. I'm just going to do a few examples for you. I think you'll catch on to this pretty quickly. So the first example we're going to do is the point 2, 3 pi fourths. Now this is called polar form. And really polar form is just the R value is the first term and the theta value is the second term. So when you're thinking about, and again, we're using this little graph here that's drawn for you, the R value is 2, so I'm going to go from the origin over to 2. And then basically, I'm going to go around to 3 pi fourths. Well, on these particular graphs here, this is going to be your pi sixths. This is your pi fourths. This is your pi thirds. Here's pi halves. And then you've got 2 pi thirds. And then we've got, what do we got? 3 pi fourths. And then you've got, 5 pi sixths here. Oops. And then you've got pi. Actually, I think I put those in the wrong spot. That would be there. That would be there. So on this one, we're wanting to go 2 and then 3 pi fourths. So I go over 2 and then I'm going to go around to 3 pi fourths. Well, 3 pi fourths is going to be right on this line at 2. So I'm just going to put a point right there at that particular point. Let's do another one here. How about the point 3, negative 5 pi sixths. Now, one of the things I'm going to show you is if you want to initially ignore the negative on the rotation, think about, if we go over 3, a negative 5 pi 6, we're going to go all the way around this direction. And let's just go ahead and, I think that's probably the best way to think of it. So 3, so I go over 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go around 5 pi 6, which 5 pi 6 is going to be to this line right here. So I'm going to plot my point there. So it's really not anything new. It's just a different form in terms of how we're graphing it. Why don't you try this last one, the point 3, negative pi thirds. Hopefully for this one you counted out 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go negative pi thirds, which negative pi thirds is going to be around to this line here, and plot your point. I do want to real quickly do one more here just because I didn't do a negative on the, so if, let's say it's -2, and then let's say pi halves. Well, if it's -2 pi halves from the origin, guess which direction we're going to go? We're going to go left 2, and then pi halves we're going to go around, so you would actually be right here. Does that make sense? So just keep in mind, if this is negative, you're going to go left, and then because that's a positive, we go. Actually, you know what? I did that backwards because I went negative pi halves, didn't I? This point that I just graphed would be -2, negative pi halves. If I were graphing pi halves, I'd go left 2, and I'd continue to go around pi halves. Does that make sense? Hopefully that didn't confuse you, what I just said there. Everybody follow that?